yesterday you got featured in Sakshi newspaper along with doctors, directors, and CEOs. So, how do you feel, ma'am?
Well, I'm ecstatic about it actually, and I'm so happy to know that they found FemCity's story so inspiring.
So, what it is, ma'am, that really inspired you to get into this healthcare entrepreneurship?
I think specifically talking, it is the need for women-centric healthcare. Healthcare for women by women. And there's a short story behind this actually. Dr. Ahmed, who is the founder of FemCity Hospital, he happens to be my husband. And he would always be posed by questions from friends and family that do you know a lady radiologist, or do you know a lady ENT surgeon, things like that, a lady surgeon. So we started pondering over this, and he was like, this is the need of the hour. And then besides that, my mom being a cancer survivor, I've always noticed that whenever I would accompany her to visits to the hospital, I think a woman is very comfortable with a lady consultant by her side. She feels very emotionally secure, and so it's basically very important. And that's when Dr. Ahmed envisioned FemCity, and I joined him in this journey. And there's been no looking back since then.
So, ma'am, as a woman entrepreneur, what are the hurdles that you face in your life? I mean, in your career?
Yeah, that's a very common question posed to working women, and I think the answer for everyone would be the same. It's just the work-life balance. I think that's one of the biggest predicaments that a working woman faces, and I realize that there's no key to a work-life balance. The key is the balance within you. So I think that is something that I believe, whether it's a 9 to 5 job, a woman doing a 9 to 5 job, or whether she's taken on an entrepreneurship. For her, a woman always has, especially in being, in the Indian subcontinent, we have lots of family around us. Even if you're a nuclear family, it doesn't mean that, you can just be cut off from, you have your parents-in-law, kids' exams, and so much so the work, the exam pressure also in Indian so the list is never ending for a woman. And then, with all of this, the work-life balance is something that is definitely difficult. When you've taken on to entrepreneurship, there's no 9 to 5. It's just like, you've taken up a responsibility and you're shouldering that responsibility. So that is something I think that has, inspired many people. I've worked literally almost like 4 hours before I delivered my youngest child. And my team came to me and said, ma'am, you were working like 4 hours before this. And I said, yeah, even I can't believe it. So that's basically all about it. So the list is never ending for a woman. And then, with all of this, the work-life balance is something that is definitely difficult. When you've taken on to entrepreneurship, there's no 9 to 5. It's just like, you've taken up a responsibility and you're shouldering that responsibility. So that is something I think that has, inspired many people. I've worked literally almost like 4 hours before I delivered my youngest child. And my team came to me and said, ma'am, you were working like 4 hours before this. And I said, yeah, even I can't believe it. So that's basically all about it. Yeah.
Ma'am, at the end of the day, what is the satisfaction that you take home?
The satisfaction is definitely being able to be there and give it back to society. Serving one of God's most beautiful gifts, that is women and children. And when patients meet me, or they raise their hands in prayer, or sometimes they start crying emotionally, and that is when I really feel that every sacrifice we've done, every bit of our effort has really made it all so beautiful.
So, ma'am, can you give a piece of advice to the women out there?
Well, it's a very known and cliched fact, Mariam, that women always keep themselves last on the list. They're always caring for others around them. And I think from where the societies that we come from, the culture that we come from, the Indian culture, we have, like, women have a lot to do. And in that, they really happen to neglect themselves. And I think the first thing that they need to care of is their mental health. And when I mean mental health may sound a very taboo word, but mental health is, it is the crux of a society. A woman's mental health is the crux of a society. If the woman is happy, then she'd be able to make, to raise happy children. And these are all things that we've heard of. It's nothing new, but it is true. It is key. It is key to raising good children. It is key to, giving it there to posterity. It is key to having a happy world. And that's what FemCity started off with, a world of happy women. Also, there is a small point on how to take care of your mental health. I think connecting with other women, because when I'm here working, with FemCity, being there for FemCity from the very beginning, I've met consultants, and I've met lady working staff. And I think women at any part, in any strata of society, or they're all going through the same thing in different ways, in little certain ways, but women really end up going through the same thing. So that connect with another woman, that I'm not alone in this, is something that really is very beautiful. And when I mean connect, I don't mean just gossiping, but I mean connecting and knowing that you're not alone in this. That does wonders. And that is my piece of advice to everyone, that I think just go out there and realize that a woman is something that can drive everyone around you.
Oh, that's amazing and beautiful, ma'am.